Good morning. No, good afternoon. I just woke up and it's 5 p.m. Today is July 12th, 2023, and it's 5 p.m. here in Texas. I just happened to I decided to start with CNN's page, and that's kind of interesting. Of course, Google and the way it knows everything we're interested in. I'm interested in the microphone there. That's on my list of things to get. The camera I'm using is Razer also, and their software is very has everything in it for everything. I was all drawn into it. So, but anyway, let's start with this page, and they'll make this short. I hope the audio is better. It's been getting gradually better, I think. Air conditioning is running right now. It's an extra, air conditioning outside. But the fan is, going and everything. My hearing is so, I hear crickets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, and then I have hearing loss. But I want to do something to make the audio better. I think the video is fine. And I think this format that I'm using now is better than what I used before in the past. I think this is just fine. I think this is just the right size of me and still I have the space here on the same screen for the... Anyway, let's see what... The oldest craft brewery in the United States is shutting down after 127 years. That's sad, but I don't drink. I never have smoked or drank. It has nothing to do with religion or anything. It doesn't even have to do with health. Both my parents were alcoholics, and I just decided I didn't want to go that route. An awful lot of, people who have alcoholic parents, an awful lot of them also are drinkers. Let's see, hot tub-like water temperatures measured off Florida's coast. I spent, 5 years in Miami, and I did love the beaches and things like that, and the transportation system. A lot of things I didn't like about it, but the things that I liked about it, outweighed the things that I didn't like. It says here that renters are being hit hardest by inflation than homeowners, and that's true. We're renting, an apartment here, and every year we have to sign a new lease, and every year the price goes up. Let's see. NATO summit showed the cost of Putin's Ukraine fixation. Let's see. I saw it yesterday on the CNN. I think that's where I saw it. That said that a whole bunch of Russia's generals have signed a contract with what's his name, the a guy that's running like a private army, and it doesn't sound good for the USS for Russia. Video purports to show arrest of suspect in death of Russian commander. COVID-19 repeatedly spread between humans and deer, study shows, raising concerns about animal reservoirs. I see an awful lot of YouTube videos of people, feeding deer. They have deer come in their yard. They have sometimes some of those people have deer, that come in their house. I'm in Florida. I'm in Texas, of course. I saw a YouTube video a few hours ago about how terrible Texas is. Their cities and towns and things like that. Let's see. Kid Rock declared a Bud Light boycott. I don't know why. I don't care. Then there are the best deals to snag under $50 during Prime Day. I don't have $50. Elon Musk announces a new AI company. By the way, I think you know that by now, I've started using AI for this YouTube site. I talked about it a little bit, and then I spent one of the videos not far back, yesterday I think, or the day before, talking and showing it a little bit. I don't know what I think about the Manson lady, finally being pardoned, or not pardoned, being, let go of after serving a long time. I think on the one hand, the way things are going, and I thought, well, actually, I'm opposed to, the death penalty for various reasons. But I also am of the opinion, I think, that if you murder somebody, they just ought to, lock you up. And the prison should be humane, they should be safe, everything else. But I think you kill somebody, you go to prison, and you don't get out. I'm so tired of seeing news stories where somebody murdered somebody and got out of prison and murdered somebody else. Strike one ought to be strike three. Let's see. CNN uncovers a damning secret investigation into sexual assaults at the United States Coast Guard Academy. Oh, wow. I thought what that was going to be was, it came up recently that, students at the United States Merchant Marine Academy, um, during their summer or during their 4 years of being there, they actually work on merchant ships. And several women have been assaulted, would be I think the only woman on the merchant ship. And they've been assaulted and all types of things have happened. That's horrendous. That shouldn't happen. And they need to fix that. But now it sounds like there's sexual assault at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. At one time, I wanted to be, when I was young, I wanted to be a ship's radio officer, on a merchant ship. And I looked into it. I did a little bit of studying. There was, what was it? Ship's Medicine Chest. There was a book, and I think it may still be out, a book called The Ship's Medicine Chest. And back then, when it showed how you did surgery, if you were a ship's officer or on the ship that you used that, because you couldn't have a helicopter coming and all kinds of, and I thought that was a great book. Something happened to it, and I don't know, 5 years ago or something, I forget, maybe longer, I ordered another, and of course, now it's not showing you how to take appendix out and do all that kind of stuff. It's, telling you to call and have a helicopter come or something, I kind of thought that Ship's Medicine Chest, the old book, would be good for a shelter or something, if you were a prepper. I'm not a prepper, but if things were different, I would, and in some way, I would be more prepared than I am now. I'm not prepared. Before my ex-wife and grown son moved in a few years ago, they, were in the apartment next door, and their apartment had one bathroom and one bedroom. This apartment has 2 bedrooms and 2 baths and everything. And of course, I didn't have anything in the living room. It was just, and I didn't do anything, so the carpeting was fine and all that kind of stuff. But I filled 2-liter bottles with, after I drank 2-liter bottles of Coke, I filled them with water, and I had them, all around the wall and stuff like that. And when the ex-wife moved in over here, and when my grown son, they both were like, we're making us, well, it's not my son so much, but like, why do you have those? And I said, in case we need the water. Well, oh, you wouldn't drink the water. I said, if we didn't have access to water, I said, I would drink it. And I said, also, you need water to flush a toilet when things get bad or something. And she just gave me such, I heard her talking to our other kids, you won't believe your dad, and whatever, so I just emptied them out. But I would like to be prepared. I think that's really a good idea, but I'm not prepared at all. Well, I guess I'm prepared a little bit with batteries and stuff, but I would like to be, that's the frame of mind, that I would like to be in, but I'm not. Let's see, I read this thing the other day. Now I can't remember the details. Police say there could be a decade of victims of man accused of recording rape of unconscious boys. Okay, I remember the age was like 9 to, higher. And some of the victims didn't, know about it. Anyway, he left his phone in an eating place. And then the people at the store were trying to find out, who he is so they could return his cell phone to him. And then they saw boys being raped, and they called the police, and then the police arrested him. So what did I want to know? I think that was it. He wasn't a. I don't think. Let me see. He wasn't like a Tennessee man. Could be a decade of victims. He left a phone in a restaurant. He recorded himself raping unconscious boys, and the evidence of the rape of at least 10 children, 9 to 17. So, I guess not like that guy that what the official organization for was it gymnastics or was it just any kind of sports, because of the having to pick people for the Olympics, and they have to have rules, and they have to have events, to showcase and pick the best. And this guy was a doctor, high-ranking doctor, and he did that for years, and he got away with it. And there were complaints against. Now he's in prison, and he just that's it. Yeah, that's why that came to mind. Somebody just stabbed him inside the prison twice in the chest, and then in the back and someplace else. Now he's survived, and I think he's going to recover, but. And the schools and that association, gymnastic association or whatever it is, they paid out tremendous amounts of money to make up for it. But apparently this doctor, the girls, and I don't know about boys, I think it was girls, I believe, they had to see him regularly or something, and then he would find something that it sounded like, they didn't give a whole, well, maybe they did, and I just didn't see it, but he, and we're talking like young girls, I mean, as young as you can get into whatever the sport is. He would tell the girls, and I guess their parents, oh, well, if your daughter's going to, be in the Olympics, if your daughter's going to be, get into, this college and all this kind of stuff, it's going to need, and then he had to say, it had to be something like, well, I'm going to need to, do this to them, and I'm going to need to touch them there, and it's going to be a regular basis, and my God. Crazy. What in the world's going on? I better leave the CNN page. I think this is a reorder. Might have been a slightly different one. Same size and everything. I need this laying around here to open up packages when they come and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, this one's different. Or is this a pop-out nut thing, or? No. Let's see. No. Okay, it's got to be. Let's see. Oh, I see. It opens up at the other end. doesn't show very good against my, it looks bigger than it is. Well, so I guess this, no. Is there a button on the side? No. Back here maybe. Now that locks it in place, I guess. That goes further back. No, it doesn't. Oh, maybe it goes to the side. Oh, it goes to the side. That's the way the other one did. Okay, so why would they have it where it wouldn't go all the way? It's got to have something to do with this. Or, no. This thing over here. A slide thing. No? Oh. Okay. Weird. I told you about the display cables, DisplayPort cables, and I ordered 2 of them, which I needed in order to make this thing work the way I wanted it to work. And then I ordered I think this is a 3-foot one. Yeah, 3.3 foot. I have the 2 that I need, but the monitors are here and the computer right here, and I don't need a 6-foot. But I'm going to replace the one that's for the monitor that's right here and goes over there. I'm going to replace it with that, and see, it's the same brand and everything. Should work fine. Let's see. I'll put a link to both of these, to the knife and to the, see, there we are. Okay, so I don't have to, I'll put a link below. How long have I been talking? 22 minutes. That's long enough. I hope the audio has improved some, but I think it could be a lot better. Thank you very much for watching.